I'm Hannah Sullivan, and Takeout Clothing is my personal brand where I take old, out-of-date thrift clothing and I sort of take it apart to use as fabric and I redo it. Today we're here at the UCLA thrift shop and I'm going to sort of show you my process of how I make these items. Okay, so sometimes when you look, you get like nothing. Like some days you find nothing and other days you'll find like 20 things. And I sort of look at it as like almost like shopping for fabric rather than actually shopping for the actual item, because sometimes you'll find like a really cool pattern on like a not so pretty skirt or something like that, and you can just take the skirt and take it apart and use it as like a fabric. I kind of like this. This is cool. Let's go to the men's section because sometimes they have like the cooler jeans, because sometimes the women's have like some weird stuff on them, but men's are usually just like basic jeans. So so this is an example. So these I feel like are like probably not gonna fit anybody really great, like girls I feel, but the fabric is really cool, so maybe I could like turn this into a skirt or a jacket or something like that. So I'm gonna take this. So I found this two-piece set and it's actually for children, but I feel like I could turn it into, since two-piece sets are really in right now, the waist is really tiny, so maybe I could just use it as fabric to make like a skirt to match the shirt, or just use it as like a ton of material if nothing works out, because that's kind of like a downside of takeout, is that once the material runs out you can't really ever get it again because it's just thrift. So this is cool because it's a lot of fabric. So these are the two items I'm going to end up getting. The pants I think I'm going to use just as basic fabric because the corduroy is really nice. And the pants in itself, I feel like they could just be redone. And then also the two-piece set, because either I can make a two-piece set and sort of change it up, or if nothing works out, it's just a lot of really nice thrift fabric. So the reason why I started takeout is because while I was living in Spain, I got very frustrated by the fact that I felt like I couldn't really find any place to buy ethical clothing that was made with the environment in mind, and as well as like being socially responsible. And I couldn't really find those items for a reasonable price, so I sort of decided to make my own. So in that sense, I try to use as much thrift fabric as I possibly can and buy as little new materials as I can to sort of not contribute to that unethical fashion of today. The items that I'm working with were somebody else's creation before, and I'm not necessarily, like, I want to give credit to those people and the fact that they made something before I'm using it and taking it apart. And so in that sense, that's sort of where the name Takeout comes from, is me taking pieces of somebody else's work and making something different, but still keeping their work and recognizing that they made a creation as well.